signal to the world that we are open for business.
We are now open for business. This is 𝗙𝗍𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 bringing you yet another episode to guide you in discovering your passion and growing your business as we learn from experts in the field. Sama-sama tayong matuto sa isa na namang makabuluhang usapan tungo sa pagpapaunlad ng inyong negosyo. Ang Open for Business ay mapapanood nyo din sa Facebook at YouTube. Siguraduhin mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media page at Net25TV. Alamin natin, suriin mula sa mga negosyante, thought leaders at mga personalidad sa iba't ibang larangan ang mga strategies, trends at mahalagang karanasan sa pagninegosyo dahil tayo ay open for business. The heat is on for clinics that have the latest and most advanced technologies to preserve the youthful glow. In this episode, we are unlocking the business potential of ageless beauty together with Skeen, Face, and Body Anti-Aging Center's Dr. Gisela Trajano-Sarmiento, its president and CEO, and one of the country's anti-aging pillars. Let's explore how aesthetic clinics can help individuals look and feel their best and capitalize on an industry that's booming worldwide. We'll dive deep into the trends, innovations, and stories of success that have shaped the business of ageless beauty as Skeen is now open for business.
I'm 𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗏𝗶𝗏 bringing you business news and information here on Open for Business. October inflation hits 2.3%. Inflation picked up pace in October to 2.3% from 1.9% in September, owed to more expensive consumer goods and non-alcoholic beverages. Now, this is according to a preliminary report from the Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, earlier this week. The average inflation for the 10-month period is at 3.3%, still within the forecast range of 2 to 4% by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Philippine digital economy to grow by 20%. The country's digital economy is expected to reach $31 billion, a growth of 20% this year in terms of gross merchandise value, or GMV, driven by continued improvements in digital infrastructure and strong e-commerce activities. Now, this is according to the 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗏 report by Google, Singapore State Holding Company Temasek, and private consultancy firm Bain & Co. issued last Wednesday. The report's projection positions the Philippines as the fastest growing digital economy in Southeast Asia. Secretary Maria Cristina Roque, Chief of the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, said in a statement that the whole of government approach has proven its effectiveness in boosting the digital economy. She added that the collective effort includes the DTI's digitalization of micro, small, and medium enterprises, the DICT's acceleration of digital infrastructure, the BSP's promotion of digital payments, the DOF's adoption of the digital taxation and customs policy, and the Congress passage of relevant laws. Employment rate improves to 96.3% in September. More Filipinos landed jobs as the country's employment rate accelerated to 96.3% in September, according to a report by the Philippine Statistics Authority, or the PSA. Data showed that the improvement was marginally higher from 96% in August from 95.5% a year ago. In relation to that, unemployment rate dropped by 3.7% from 4.5% in September 2023. Jollibee eats up 𝗵𝗆 Jollibee Food Corporation, also known as JFC. Hunger for acquisition continued as it included 𝗵𝗆in its growing portfolio. The fast food giant, through its subsidiary Jollibee Worldwide, is set to acquire full ownership and control of the Michelin-starred dim sum restaurant for $15.3 million, for the remaining 8% stake held by investors of Titan Fund, according to JFC's disclosure statement to the Philippine Stock Exchange. Jollibee Worldwide already owns 92% of Titan Fund. Tim Ho Wan has around 80 global stores across 11 regions and will become the flagship brand for Jollibee's Chinese cuisine segment. And that's the Business Roundup for this week. I'm Jamie Harrell for Open for Business.
This portion is brought to you by
Actors, athletes, musicians who run in the elections.
Sure, why not? If you have something good to contribute, your heart is pure, hindi ka magnanakaw, sana may talino, kasi masyadong matatalino sa pagnanakaw yung iba. Siyempre, kailangan tapatan mo rin ng talino para supilin yon, hindi ba? And to create laws or regulations or execute against all that's wrong. So yes, anybody, a housewife became a president, remember?
For na! Patuloy nating samahan sina Ali Soto at Papi Daza sa paghahatid ng mga balitang puno ng impormasyon.
Ito daw si Alice Go ay talagang tanim ng China.
Malaki na po ang ibinaba ng national rating ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Muli na namang gumamit ang China ng high-intensity laser laban po sa mga sasakyan ng Pilipinas.
Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Dito lang sa Net 25.
Let's net together. Sa Net 25. Sa Net 25.
Today, we're embarking on a journey that combines two powerful forces, business acumen and ageless beauty. Please welcome our special guest, who is known as the Philippines' pioneer in European Wellness Biomedical Group MF3 and MF Plus stem cells and cellular therapy, a famed dermatologic surgeon, specialization in anti-aging, pro-aging, longevity science and aesthetic, and the President, CEO, and Medical Director of Skin, Face, and Body Anti-Aging Center, Dr. Gisela Trajano-Sarmiento. How are you, Doc?
Hello, sir. Hello, CRB. Good day. I'm so honored to be invited by you. So altruistic and really helps a lot of us entrepreneurs for a thought-provoking way and manner to open our businesses. So maraming salamat po.
Your background is very impressive, but one thing is common there, anti-aging. Sino ba ang ayaw na bumata? Oh, sa mga kaedad namin ni Derek ngayon, talagang lahat yan gusto
Opo.
bumata. But why are people really wanting to be ageless or go into these anti-aging treatments, Doc?
It's really a whole spectrum of what we call anti-aging, pro-aging, and age management, CRV. So meaning, everyone from time immemorial, they've been looking for that fountain of youth kasi gusto nila na habang sila ay tumatanda, that's what we call the aging process, they are adept in having that youthful glow, that strength, that vitality. So pro-aging yan. So ibig sabihin, on that particular stage, enters into an anti-aging aspect from which whatever things that we do on a daily basis when we were young, we still wanted to do that way, that manner, with the same vigor and vitality na kahit anong edad. And that's the reason why this whole entire thing is what we call an age management. Kaya anti-aging po talaga is really one of the nicest thing that can happen to human lives because it is a deep dive in science. So mas malalim po ang formula to recapitulate yung buhay ng bawat cells sa katawan ng tao because every day we're always exposed to a lot of stress. And our activities of daily living is enormous, lalo ngayon sa panahon ng makabagong siyensya, ng IT. So napakarami pong bagay. The mere fact that you're using your laptops, the technologies, there's Blu-ray technology already there, nakaka-age rin ang cells yan. Kaya bawat galaw mo may aging process. And that's the reason why people are so involved in the pursuit of anti-aging because they themselves wants to still feel na malakas sila, may vitality, bata ang pangangatawan, bata ang, kahit sa pag-iisip pwede naman, pero po talaga what they really wanted is that they will always feel the same when they were once in their youthful stage. Kaya yan po ang anti-aging.
Now, doctor, there are many phases in life wherein if you are young, you wanted to really grow fast. But when you are already old, sometimes parang you wanted to go back to your youth. Ang tanong ko, I'm just curious, doktora, ano yung edad o estado ng buhay ng isang tao na gusto na niyang bumata ulit? Na parang it could be physically or emotionally or mentally. Do you have studies where there is a certain part of your life na parang sasabihin mo parang parang napapansin mo na medyo matanda ka na?
Yes, tama yan, CRV. Ang napakagandang question yan. Our field right now is the fastest growing, the industry of aesthetics, anti-aging, dermatological surgery, wherein there's so many studies around the globe that we really see people diving into anti-aging and of course aesthetics. So tama po kayo na ng kabataan ay gusto agad nilang tumanda, nagmamadali. And so for but there comes a point in time wherein we call it the second, third, or fourth decade of life. Usually on the third decade of life, rather yung mga 20s and 30s na until the fourth decade, they feel na they wanted to prolong their vitality and their energy. Yun ang nagugustuhan nila. At yun na rin lumalabas na they wanna look good in front of the things that they do because a lot of people are always in the camera. They're always in the realm of social media. So gustong-gusto nilang bata ang look nila. Gusto rin nila that they will always have that energy that they will go on like working and not just as 8 or 10 hours a day. So gusto talaga nilang may lakas sila sa bawat ginagawa nila. So you know what, right now with all of the studies that we've been getting all over the globe and based on our practice here also in Asia and in the Philippines, a lot of our patients and people are really diving into anti-aging aesthetics as early as the second and third decade of life. But then again, ang anti-aging talaga po ay nasa edad ng mga 6th decade yan, 50s, and then of course 7th decade, 60s. Kasi doon na lumalabas ngayon yung nararamdaman na natin ng mga kasukasuan, nararamdaman natin na may falling hair mas pa, o nararamdaman rin natin na nagkakaroon ng mas maraming wrinkles. At we are not working at the optimum strength or level or optimum peak of our health as once before. So, yan po ang pinakamaraming edad na we had in our clinics and a lot of studies that we've conducted around the globe that on the age of 50s and 60s, nag-uumpisa na lalong maging conscious ang mga tao. But then again, the consciousness spans until the area when they are already feeling na napapagod sila, when they're working hard, even at the early stage of 30s. Kaya ano po talaga individualized case-to-case basis yan.
Parang it's very diversified.
Yes.
And somehow it is across all age demographics. Di ba? May millennials yan, may 40s, also up to 50s and 60s. Parang ganyan. But what are the latest trends as far as anti-aging treatments are concerned? Do you address both external aesthetics and do you also address these internal things that you have to consider in terms of treatments?
Well, that is so nice because that is the main paradigm right now of the complementary mixture of the component parts of aesthetics and anti-aging. So meaning, ito na po yung bagay na gusto ng mga tao na they look young even if they are in this particular age and they wanna forever feel young also. Kasi po, it has to be something that is deep within, the deep cellular dive from which the energy they feel would always be constant. Kumbaga hindi pa nandali ang aliw ang energy nila. Kailangan talaga what they do will also reflect from the inside to the outermost. Kasi it's not just a facade that you have a beautiful skin. It's not just a facade that you're hiding in makeup. It's not just a facade that you have a lessened number of lines because you just had a particular treatments like what we call mga 𝗷𝗫𝗆𝗏 or botulinum toxin. But then again, it's something that is organic from deep within. Kaya po, doon ngayon namin pinagsasama ang aesthetics that is external, wherein beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, pero syempre meron po tayong tinatawag ng mga protocol para dyan. Ano ba ang dapat sa mga facial proportions, sa asymmetry and symmetry? At hindi lang pangangatawan, pati ang leeg, pati ang katawan, hindi lang basta mukha. Ngayon, lahat po yan incongruent. Kailangan po nakakasabay ang strength at ang health ng kanilang pangangatawan. Because if we have a lot of treatments right now, interestingly, the technology is so vast, more specifically our area, CRV. Ang aesthetics, science, longevity science, anti-aging, dermatology, dermatological surgery, facial and plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, kami ngayon, ang industriya namin, ang pinakamabilis ngayon globally. In a week, we have if you have 7 days in a week, we have 14 new technologies in a week. That happens so fast. Whatever is the technology abroad and whatever is the technology here in Asia and in the Philippines, nagsasama-sama yan, and all our technologies are we mix it up, and then we update with each other as scientists here and scientists abroad, and then ganun po kabilis. Kaya that's the reason why we can offer more things for the benefit of not just external, which is aesthetics and dermatology, but also something that will radiate from the innermost, so the deep dive of science. So we really relinquish the basic unit of life, which is a cell. Kailangan niya bawat cellular mechanism ng tao habang nag-iisip ka ngayon, CRV, sa lahat po ng katanungan, ganun po kabuhay ang diwa nyo kasi batang-bata pa rin ang inyong pag-iisip. Hindi lang ang itsura, pati ang pangangatawan.
It's good that you mentioned the growth in the market because, based on the Philippine anti-aging drugs market, the market is valued at around $139.5 million in 2022 and is projected to reach $238.4 million by 2030. So, malaki talaga yung market. Ano ba yung mga causes bakit tumatanda ang mga tao?
So, syempre, causes we are confronted with a lot of stress in the activities of daily living. Then, ibang-iba na po ang panahon ngayon, napakabilis. Every time we move, something pops out. I mean, the moment that we wake up, we thought we still have that 4 hours, and yet, ubos na sa pagsagot pa lang sa telephone and so forth. So, because we have so much responsibilities, now it's integrated in the way we live right now. So, I would suggest for people who wanted to still have that longevity that is needed for them, kailangan po talaga we still follow the basic tenet of life, from which unang-una, of course, we pray a lot and give thanks, and of course that health is so important. So what we do is that we still need to sleep really well. Do you know po, CRB, na kailangan po na kumpleto pa rin ang tulog ng bawat individual. Ang mga bata po ang pediatric age group until teenagers, if they can be the pediatric age group, of course, mga 10 hours yan. Pero pag ang mga teenagers, kailangan, sabihin pa rin natin, kahit sobrang silang busy sa kanilang mga gawain sa school, kailangan pa rin kumpleto pa rin nila ang 10 hours of sleep. Kasi yan pa rin po ang organ formation ng katawan nila. Yan pa rin po ang moment na ang neurotransmitter nila, ang mga sangay ng mga network sa brains nila ay talagang gumagalaw pa rin. The network of the brain cells. Now, for those who are already working, kailangan po ang tulog, we still can commit about 8 to 9 hours. And for our age, na akala natin, sasabihin nila, the 6th decade, the 7th decade, naiiba na ang oras ng pagtulog. And yet, we still need to commit that 8 hours sleep po talaga.
Paano, Doc, pagdating sa sleep hours, what if hindi tuloy-tuloy? Okay lang ba yun? Basta 8 hours?
Actually po, we really need one that is really continuous 8 hours because there is what we call the melatonin that make us sleep. Kaya nga dapat no stimulatory activity pagdating na ng oras ng tulog because we now enter to what we call the area for the sleep and rest, wherein we really digest really well. The sleep and rest kasi andyan na po pumapasok yung kabaliktaran ng adrenaline rush, which is what we call the norepinephrine or the noradrenaline. Dito ngayon, during the time that our body metabolism is being taken care to take care of all the body processes, to relinquish all the stress out of our body while we sleep. And that's the reason why also, if we have ample time of sleep to really sleep ng walang paputol-putol and we go into a deep REM sleep, magkakaroon pa nga tayo ng dreams then po lalo, we get to have the finest function of our neurostimulatory activity, neurologic framework. Kaya kahit papano, we do away from what we call mga pagtanda, yung mga senile dementia, yung mabilis na makakalimutin. Kailangan talaga nakakatulog ng straight. Now, secondly, that is for sleep. Pangalawa, still the best thing is for us to have that balance on our diet. Yung food groups na carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, yes, totoo pa rin yan. Because right now, we're compelled to just eating so fast on ng mga fast food, restaurant, that we really forget the most important thing, that nutrition plays a vital role for the cellular function. And of course, people who are very stressed out, they get to go into vices. Di po ba? So yung mga vices na yan, there's drinking, there's alcoholism nga po, and there is smoking. All of this retards, congest our bodily mechanism. And we wanted perfusion deep from our system kasi we drink a lot of things, we do a lot of supplements, we take it a lot. Ang problema po, kung congested ang katawan natin, there's still a bit of what we call na traffic sa loob ng katawan. Kailangan constantly, continuously perfuse yan. And of course, there's what we call do away from stress, distressing. It's now hard to say that it's easy not to be in stress because everyone's stressed out. So what we need to do is to find ways for us to relinquish the good in everything that we do, and every activity, may it be very, very stressful. We find ways that it's actually very fulfilling to do this at pwede natin gawin ng mga bagay na hanapan natin ng kakatuwa or masaya sa mga ginagawa natin. I mean, one more thing, you have to really exercise because musculoskeletal system is one that speeds up the metabolism to also speed up the cardiac processes and the neurologic framework and of course the balance on your hormones. Kaya kailangan po talaga lahat yan sabay-sabay. And then if you really need help, then you are in for the technologies, not just technologies, but the things that your doctors can give you further and farther advices para po sa susulong pa ng longevity para sa iyo.
Wow, and that's why you have the Skeen Anti-Aging Center. Okay, but before we go into the services of the Skeen Clinic, I'll just go back to sleep, doctor. There's a lot of people na talagang siyempre they're shifting, di ba? Some people's shift is morning, di ba? Some naman are in the graveyard. So, basta ang sinasabi mo, tuloy-tuloy lang, walang putol.
The peak CRVs for us to really sleep from 9 p.m. until when the melatonin is already po na nasa peak of its commemoration sa loob ng katawan natin na talagang gumagana na siya, gumagalaw para paibayuhin ang repair mechanism sa loob ng katawan. Dapat talaga yan gabi. When the sun is down and the moon is up. Pag ang sun ay nasa kabilang parte na ng mundo, now that we have the moon, kailangan naantok-antok na tayo dyan, natutulog na tayo. Nighttime is still the best time for sleep kasi that's the peak of the melatonin. But for those who are on graveyard shift, I would really suggest na they would really need to portray a room when they come home, like at 10 a.m. and then they need to sleep na. They really need to really feel their rooms ng talaga total blackout. No sun that's intruding, and then matulog sila. No cellular activity, no noise.
A simulation of the
nighttime. And then it has to be a straight sleep so that they can still go into what we call the deep REM sleep and all the function of the bodily processes are really repairing. When you wake up with a good night's sleep or a good day sleep that is really straight, then you feel that there's more vigor, na parang nagkaroon ka talaga ng tamang relaxation at there is a better beginning of your body mechanism or function for the day or the night to come. Yun po.
Wow. Okay. What about diet? You mentioned about diet. Is there a specific food group or a food set that really would make you younger or look younger?
One thing for sure, we don't want our body to be inflamed all the time. We call it edema or inflammation or pamamaga. We get this from things that we eat that are so tasteful, na napakasarap. And these are the things that we get when we eat a lot of things that are high in sodium. Inflammation equates to having this edematous look at tumataba because your sodium are in the extracellular spaces. So, namamaga ang itsura po natin. And moreover, this sodium sodium also perpetrates a role in hypertension at iba-iba pang sakit ng kidney parenchyma, kidney apparatuses mo, liver, lahat po. Kaya kailangan po, ang mga kinakain natin, hindi masyadong tasteful kasi napaka-sinful niyan. Kailangan po talaga, we make it a point that we go on a low sodium diet. One more thing, things that are high in carbohydrates, sugars. Kailangan po talaga, we are very much adept in removing some of this high in sugar content in our daily diet. So, the basic food group that we were taught during when we were in elementary, the highest level, you have your protein, of course, and you have your carbohydrates, of course, but you must have your protein better because your protein, mga stamina builder yan, amino acid yan, for the building blocks of nature sa ng katawan nyo. Fat is still needed, wag pong tatanggalin ang fat.
Yeah.
Ang problema po sa ibang nagda-diet, tanggal ang fat. Well, you need the fat as ketone kasi pag nawalan ka ng sugar, ang fat nyo po, ang magiging sole giver of your energy right now. Diyan ka nakukuha ng energy. And then of course, you also need to decrease your carbohydrate. Yun lang po talaga, kumain ng tama, kumain ng masustansya, kumain ng malusog. Yun po, ang mahalaga.
And then, you also mentioned about stress. Siyempre, you needed time to distress. So, in this busy world, in this age of social media, Instagram and TikTok, paano ka pa ba mag-distress? Halimbawa, when you talk of distressing, kaso Doc, yung iba ang distressing nila, streaming pa rin o kaya TikTok pa rin. So, what are the most or the practical ways to distress?
Finding ways that will not increase your emotional lability. Finding ways that will not psychologically give you an emotional aspect of giving you a decreased love for yourself. Kasi ayun ang problema.
As an example, maganda yan. Maganda yung sinabi mo. But,
yun po ang problema because a lot of things right now, once there's psychological component, once emotional is increased, you also get into the fact that a lot of people becomes psychosomatic. So meaning, pag nakakita sila, yun pong nangyari ngayon, everyone goes into distressing of using their technology, their laptops, their gadgets, stream. And sometimes it perpetrates a lot of, sometimes ang mga tao ay nakakaingit naman nito, may ganito, ganyan ako, I don't want, and so forth, gusto ko rin to, ganyan. So, find something that will not emotionally bother you or become a batter to you. Find something that will love yourself. Kasi nga, ito po dapat ay always about you. It's always a journey of self-love about yourself. So, things that will make you feel depressed, will emotionally target na kayo ay lalo malulungkot kasi wala kayo neto. What we need to do is to look in the mirror and take care of yourself. Mas mahalaga, ano pa bang pwede kong gawin sa sarili ko? I start taking care of myself in this manner, do some organic things that will also do some skincare organically for myself. Talk to people that will be effective sa inyo, sa inyong emotional journey. Kasi malaga po yan, emotions and a lot of psychological factors play an important role for anti-aging.
So kaya pala, Doc, yung iba, I read it in some research, nag-go offline pa.
Yes.
Kasi parang as you mentioned, it's psychological, it's emotional. Social media, for example, when you just scanning, what's on the internet, what's on social media will definitely affect you already.
Yes.
One way of distressing could be going offline. Is that possible?
Definitely 𝗙𝗏. Moreover, once you're always hooked on the area of your laptop, your iPad, your cell phone, you also get to have all those radiations from the blue ray technology, from which all of these radiations, sabi nga, it's lesser the radiation as compared to the UV rays of the sun. But then again, it still destroy a lot of your cellular level. And that's the reason why, ano nangyayari? People will get to have an increase in the area of refraction, lalong tumataas ang grado ng mata, lumalabo ang mata, and then lalo pong hindi nakakapagtrabaho ng maayos, strain ng mata, nagkakaroon ng mga irritation. So, we don't want that to happen. What happens, you get to have a lot of inflammatory cells inside your body, the stress cells happens inside your body, and it's going to be a cascade of reaction for the next day or the next night that you're working. So, what is nice is that you really need to recapitulate on the day that what are the anti-aging things that I can do for my body? I need to start with the healthy things. I mean, I am not should be looking on things that will make myself more stressed or more lonely or more pagod. Kailangan ko nga yung katawan ko the optimum health that I can do. And that's the reason why never forget also that supplements still plays a very big role in the anti-aging journey. Kasi pro-aging, as you age and you wanted to be anti-age, that's age management. So meaning you still need your good supply of the proper food intake and your supplements that is needed for your daily activities of living. Yun po ang pinakamahalaga.
But what is it, Doc, that you have to really look at in terms of supplements, in terms of the nutritional value that you have to take, especially if you want to look young?
There's more than 300 vitamins, supplements, minerals out there. So kaya nga napakataas po ng ng surge and the percentage of the anti-aging industry, the momentum of the increase of the supplements. The supplements that is needed and the kind of age that you are into right now, your work that dictates ano bang trabaho at anong type, ano ang level ng stress mo, yun ang kailangan na supplements para sa iyo. Kasi may mga supplements na nasa age ng para sa mga teenagers. I mean, they still have that very optimum health. So they don't even need much of the supplements. They already get that from the food intake that they do in a daily basis. Ang problema sa ibang teenagers ngayon, syempre, gumigimik, nagnanight out. So you have to really just give them additional ways to increase their vigor, yung kanilang lakas. Now for us, for the age that is the growing age, the aging population, there is a need for us to really get into the fact na kailangan lahat ng basis for aging cells ay ating nakukuha. Diyan na ngayon papasok ang mga supplement that is needed for the eyes, for mental acuity or increased mental faculty, for the eye function, for the fine motor skill. Kasi gross motor and fine motor ginagamit natin pag tumatanda, nagkakaroon ng panginginig and everything. So we should be very, very mindful for the musculoskeletal system. And of course, ang pinakamahalaga dyan, ang kasukasuan. Paano ba naman tayo lalakad kung hindi tama? So lahat po ito. I mean, for the mental health, there's glutathione that we give a lot. And there's vitamin A, there's vitamin E as well. For the heart generation, so we have also the cellular repair, the stem cells, and we also have supplements that is for our joint area. Andyan papasok yung hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, napakarami niyan. But always remember, for whatever it's worth for the supplements, you really must not kumbaga self-medicate or self-take it. Always ask first your doctors about the right supplement that is needed for you. Because ang mahirap ngayon CRV, everyone's into streaming, everyone's into looking at Dr. Google. And not everything in Google is right. Not everything, I mean, what we do is a deep state of medical evidence-based science. Constantly pa rin po, dire-diretso ang science for all of us doctors to see the result. Kasi nag-iiba-iba yan sa panahon, sa climate. So we need to still constantly do our research and still share it to our patients. So kailangan po talaga you ask your doctors about it so we can really help you further. Kasi marami na po tayong anti-aging longevity experts right now. We've been studying well and we've been doing a lot. And me, for one, is really doing a lot of lectures abroad. I mean, 4 times a month, I'm abroad for international lectures and trainings, and I bring a lot of technologies here in the Philippines. So I can teach more than 1,000 doctors weekly. So we are really in the forefront of doing a lot of technology-based evidence learning so that we can share it to our patients. Yun ang pinakamahalaga po doon.
Actors, athletes, musicians who run in the elections.
Sure, why not? If you have something good to contribute, your heart is pure, hindi ka magnanakaw, sana may talino, kasi masyadong matatalino sa pagnanakaw yung iba. Siyempre, kailangan tapatan mo rin ang talino para supilin yon, hindi ba? And to create laws or regulations or execute against all that's wrong. So yes, anybody, a housewife became a president, remember?
Now, Doctor, you mentioned about this growing global aging population, which exactly is one of the growth drivers of your industry. Ang sinasabi dito, talagang tumataas yung mga bilang ng mga individuals who want to slow down the aging process and maintain a youthful appearance. Pagdating ba sa Pinoy, I'm sure you have a lot of clients, and because you're exposed to different cultures, kasi sabi nga nila, bakit yung mga Hapon talagang sila
makinis pa din.
Makinis pa rin. Parang mukha silang bata, ganon. How do you describe the Filipino consumer in terms of their wanting to look young or delay the aging process? At paano tayo kakaiba pagdating sa ibang kultura. Kasi I'm sure you go to Japan, Korea, and other cities to know about, to learn these cultures. How do you see or how do you compare the Filipino consumer in terms of this wanting to slow down the aging process?
Yes, I want to answer that, but I want to say a little thing about the other countries as well. I mean, Philippines right now is one of the forefront also for that advanced stage in technology for anti-aging aesthetics. We're really proud of that. The Filipinos are really doing well in giving the right momentum, the right attitude to do treatment for their patients. Now, napakaganda po talaga sa Japan ang kanilang esensya also, and because they are blessed organically with soil that is really high in the level of antioxidants. And that's the reason why yung mga root crops nila, yung mga gamot nila, ang kanilang mga supplements are really high in the ingredients of antioxidant. Now, in the Philippines, we are also blessed with a very good soil. So kailangan po we constantly cultivate and nurture that particular thing. Now, Filipinos are also in the forefront. They are now very conscious. They're very open in the area of aesthetics and anti-aging. Can I just tell you the fact that as early as 8 years old and 9 years old, I have so many patients at the clinics that they come in the clinic brought by their parents because they're starting to have pimples na din kasi nagme-makeup na din yung mga bata. So these things are they're so exposed to a lot of things in the nature of the fast pace of this millennium right now. So at that early stage, open na ang mga bata for the skincare. What more on the stage of the teenagers, the second, the third, the fourth decade of life who wants to really grasp anti-aging and aesthetics. So very open. There's a big percentage that it's not just for women, not just for the aging women who are 50s, 60s, 70s, but as early as 30s, 40s, and 50s, male population also dominates the clinic settings. They really go for their treatments to have a distressing day, to have treatments and to lessen their stress, to lessen their wrinkles, to have that energy underneath them, to have multivitamin infusion tips. So hindi lang po ang mga kababaihan, pati
And
ang
a
mga
few years back,
kalalakihan.
hindi ganyan yan, di ba?
Opo, ang nakikita natin, like a lot of teenagers, because that is already the age for the acne-stricken. So talagang hindi mawawala yan. 40% in my clinic are the teenagers brought by their parents. But then again, if you're gonna summate it in a lot of clinics, male population is now also increasing in numbers because they really wanted to
What's the
look
percentage
good.
like in your clinic alone?
In my clinic right now, 40% to 45% are male individuals.
Wow,
In some,
konti na lang.
Opo, in some clinics nga po, 65% male. I mean, magugulat po talaga kayo. I mean, hindi lang babae. Now, for the females, because we have actually a lot of ailment also that comes out of our body, hormonal issues, imbalances. Kaya ang mga females po talaga, we still help them in a lot of ways. Now, especially in our clinic, because we do oncology aesthetics. We also help individuals living with cancer. So we do take care of people with cancer. Also, still give them that confidence, distressing them para hindi magdire-diretso ang cancer sa katawan. Kasi cancer love, kumbaga ang emotions nila pag stress out sila, cancer cell loves that. So inaasikaso rin natin yan. For the females, we take care of their hormonal issues, the imbalances. So there's a very, very high degree of all angles. Lahat po yan, hindi lang sa pagpapaganda sa balat, pati po ang mga longevity na gusto nila.
We see now that there's a proliferation of clinics in the country.
Yes.
When you look at the internet, then when you search, and because of the advent of social media, there's a lot of influencers, Why would people go to Skeen clinic?
Of course, because we've been in the industry for 15 years. We have more than 300 procedures, more than 80 clinics, and we're in the forefront for the technology inclined and the latest in the realm of the aesthetics, anti-aging, longevity science, dermatological surgery, and that I myself, as one of the core head of the Philippine Academy of Aesthetic and Age Management Medicine, the premier anti-aging society in the country, we're always busy every week, every day to bring the technology to the Philippines. Now, not just Skeen. What I would say is that yes, there is a proliferation of a lot of clinics. We call it mushrooming. Talagang nag-mushroom na po talaga 𝗕𝗏, kabuti. I mean, people putting up their own clinic and then giving this particular treatment at a very, very low price. Pwede naman po. But our advice is that clinic, before you open that, kasi it's open for business talaga, but what is nice is that make sure, because we as doctors, we've been studying this for 20, 30 years, and our Hippocratic Hippocratic oath is to do no harm. The problem is, for those who just studied for 2 or 3 days with a preceptorship na isang machine and so forth, and then they do it now in their clinics without the supervision, the help, or the proper element of having a doctor inside the clinic, yun po ang kailangan nating bantayan. Kasi napakaraming clinic, we get a lot now of patients having troubles with results kasi maraming din pong mga clinic na nag-i-inject na. So that's already illegal practice of medicine. And some of the injections that we do, dermal filler support, we do a lot of cadaveric dissection, we do a lot of injection. We've been taking care of that and studying that for the past 20 years. Ang problema ay mga injections pwedeng makabulag. So ang dami naming pasyente going to the emergency room, going to our clinics na bulag dito, merong necrosis dito and so forth because they were napag-practicean talaga, napag-injectionan and so forth. So these are the things that we doctors na sinusulong namin na dapat pa din we do no harm to people because we only have one life to live. Our human body should be very sacred and that we are trained to really give the right treatment to our patients.
How should people, especially the people who are watching Open for Business now, how will they check if this clinic is legitimate or not?
They can check through looking at the forefront of the clinic. If is there a doctor inside? Is the doctor well trained? The competency of the doctor, they will see that. I mean, doctors are constantly trained through conventions, congresses, trainings, residency program, competency marked evolutions or activities. So makikita po nila yan. They study their doctors on the particular clinic. I would really say na sa dami po ng procedures ngayon, sa dami po ng treatments, hindi na ganun kamahalan ng treatment. Very affordable na even in our clinic, everything's affordable. Kasi whatever is the price that we have 14 years ago, yun pa rin ang price ngayon eh. And we give a lot of free and so forth because what we wanted is that, and that's the reason why we still get all our loyal clients for the past 10 to 14 years. They stick with us because what we wanted is to really be with them in their journey. So for you to have that peace of mind that when you check on the clinic, make sure that there is a doctor, a licensed medical doctors that has a high competency. They can study the doctor. I mean, all doctors naman right now, they have their social media, so they can check on that. Is the doctor constantly doing trainings, lectures, so forth? So they have to see that. Be worried that it's your own self, that if you go to a clinic that is not housed by a physician, sometimes there are things that you hear from the news that di ba marami na yung multivitamin infusion drip and so forth. May namamatay right there and there sa loob ng mga clinic, salon. Sana nga po regulated yan at sana po may doktor na dapat po nasa clinic na tama ang paggawa ng mga treatments para sa mga pasyente. Because we wanted to elevate the medical tourism in the country and Philippines is one of the highest right now in Asia. We have elevated medical tourism really well because we do a lot of treatment purposely and a lot of the people all over Asia and even our kababayans from the United States, they come to the Philippines, they go home, and the peak season is actually this last quarter of the year until first quarter of the year. They come home for treatments, and we still wanted, the medical tourism has been elevated for quite some time, but we wanted to elevate and emphasize more by giving them sound, safe treatments, not just latest, but it has to be safe always.
Well said, Doctora. That's very insightful, and thank you for promoting the Filipino talent. Now, hindi mo pa rin sinasabi yung secret mo, okay? But you noticed this is a husband and wife team, and of course the very youthful-looking Dr. Rich here. So one thing I noticed is that while you boast of medical research, medical technologies, and these advancements, even in stem cell technology, you are one of the pioneers in that category. You also offer alternative medicines, the traditional ones. So it's like presenting the best of the East and West, diba? You also offer acupuncture, and we had some experience there. So is that how you position the clinic, to offer the best of the East and the West?
Yes, CRB, because anti-aging is really preserving the life of each of the cell of the human body. We don't want a lot of the excipients of the traditional medicine that will not be brought out of the parenchyma of each of the organs. So meaning, a lot of times you stay away from traditional na puro gamot. I mean, what we wanted is anti-aging is more of giving the right circulation, the right perfusion to the body. So as much as possible that we can do opening through the meridian points, and that's the reason why we give the best of the East and the Western medicine. We combine it, and that's anti-aging and complementary medicine. So the medical acupuncture that is done by Dr. Rich is also medical evidence-based. It's been in the science for 100 or 150 years as far as I can remember. And then what is nice is that it pushes the limit for a better circulation. And a lot of pathologies also po, kasi we help a lot of things that is also not just for the Western side to give and give ng medicines lang. Because always remember, once you take something in, you have to make sure that that is organic, and then what is the status of the target cells and target organ of that particular patient. Bakit ba siya nagtitake ng ganyang gamot? Kaya pa ba niyan tanggalin ang exutory mechanism niya para hindi masira ang kidney? Because we don't want people ending up in a lot of kidney problems in the long run. So as much as possible, giving them the right perfusion circulation, then we combine that with the medical acupuncture. So it's really the way to go: anti-aging, pro-aging, age management, longevity science with complementary medicine.
Baka sabihin ng mga nanonood sa atin, mahal naman, masakit naman sa bulsa yan. Baka naman meron kayo, doktor, na kumbaga parang pwede ka namang bumata, you take care of your inner body, di ba? Pero hindi naman masakit sa bulsa.
Yes. So napakagandang tanong yan, and this is where it goes na prevention is better than cure. At the early age, that we really wanted to capitalize our strength further so that we can go farther in all our dealings every day. Kailangan talaga at that early age tayo ay healthy na. So stem cells, or what we call cellular therapy, is really one of the napagandang area right now that science has been studying for quite a long time, more than 100 years right now. And the stem cells that I've been using actually, so MF3 in M the Pioneer is 45 years already in the industry. Yeah, yes. Stem cell is about organ specific. There's more than 450 cells that we can give depending on the need of the patient. And yes, for right now, there are stem cells that are actually affordable already. There's also stem cells depending on the need of the patient. But then again, there are other things that we can do prior to that. And that's the reason why nga po, meron pong mga nutrient factors. So, meron po tayong mga multivitamin infusion drip, nutrient drip. Then we give the right supplements to patients. Like, they wanted to look good and feel young, and that's the reason why we have collagen. Okay, we have plant stem cell extract, we have organic things. All right, and as also we're in the pursuit of giving the viable products to our patients na magagamit nila on a daily basis na hindi talaga po nakakabutas ng bulsa. Yun ang sabi nga nila when they come to you. We are here to be their ally and their partner for as long as they live for that particular age, and that's the reason why we wanted them to look young, feel young, and of course still have the right advantage of being happy with their family. Hindi lahat napunta sa pagpapabata nila. So meron po talaga ngayon na affordable na. Opo, may mga supplements, may mga treatments po na hindi naman agad stem cell agad. All right. Kasi ang stem cell po talaga is really one thing because napakalalim ng sensya niyan. Kaya ang price niyan ay sometimes affordable, meron na rin namang hindi pa masyado affordable. So you can ask your anti-aging doctors about it. In the Skeen, Face and Body Anti-Aging Center, we've been doing it since 2010. So we can help you with that also, depending on your need. Now, for the clinics that you would go, yes, your doctors can help you take that particular route on from which ano ba yung mga tamang supplements na para sa inyo. So just really ask your doctors. With the advent of right now, sabi nyo nga sa pinakaunang gustong-gusto ko yung bating panimula ni CRV na napakaganda po talaga ngayon ng increase in percentage of health awareness. Kaya mga beauty products, not just the beauty products, even the oral supplements, napakataas na. So that's the reason why po nagkakaroon na ng equal playing field. Wala nang dominating na company or dominating na brand or dominating the molecule. Kasi pag dominating yan, mahal yan. What is nice right now is that there's an equal playing field. A lot of the companies as long as it is GMP approved, global quality, FDA approved, then we go for that. And that's the
Wow.
reason why we
Yes.
give it available now na affordable sa lahat ng strata ng kategorya ng ating
It's
ng ating
safe,
environment.
secure, it's
Yes.
affordable.
Yes.
Okay. You pioneer, you organize medical conferences, you organize this along with other doctors, and you also tap celebrities, influencers. Is this the trend now? Is this somehow a good marketing strategy that you really come up with to ensure that you continue to stay open for business? Kasi with the mushrooming of the skin clinics, are these the usual traditional ways that future entrepreneurs like you would really do just in case they open up their skin clinic as well?
Because it's open for business, what I would advise is that for you as someone with a business acumen or none at all, you just really need to follow your heart. Because sa amin pong mag-asawa, we didn't even look at it having ambassadors and so forth to capitalize on their status and become our ambassadors and give them this treatment. The reason why they are in our clinics because we wanted to help them. We wanted to make them feel good, the singers, the celebrities. Kailangan every time they go out on the stage, they feel good, they look good, they feel young. And then that is our motto and our momentum. Kumbaga, we continue serving people, we continue doing our CSR, our corporate social responsibility, and actually, nagulat na lang kami, it was a positive thing that went to our clinic already. And of course, for business, you really need to be on the forefront of social media and so forth. But how can you have that if you don't have a deep knack on the things that you would want to portray or present? So, if you are really open for business, you really have to find the genuine thing within you, the side of you that would say that you are different from the others. There should still be a uniqueness that you will offer to the world, because doing business is really having to study everyone, your competitors, your friends, and so forth. But then again, get the best of all these things that you learn from them, and then have it in you, and then come up, evolve, and be as unique as you are in doing your own business, so that you will be at par from the others. So ganun po ang nangyari sa amin.
Wow,
Ganun po ang
well
nangyari.
said. That's a great way to end this conversation. But as I see both of you, Doctor and Dr. Rich, parang you're so relaxed. So do you still have time to play? How do you distress?
Yes.
Do you always travel? When one travels the first time, it's cute, it's exciting. But when you do it more often, it becomes so tiring. So how do you de-stress and stay young, Doctor?
Because there is a passion. There's a passion for learning. There's a passion for teaching. I've been lecturing and teaching for 25 years, I think, for as far as I can remember. And then again, I've done 3,507 lectures and learning it and sharing it to the world, because things that you know that are really great should not be kept to yourself only. So the passion is there. Kailangan you will be an entity that you can really form something and give something to the world, and that will be your legacy. So yun pang nangyayari. So even if masakit ang tenga every week, kasi you'll be invited, I'm invited anywhere to lecture and so forth, but then again, I say yes, and still do a lot of meetings and do patients, and then still meet the altruistic and the benevolent CRV. I mean, we can really do that
And
with my...
guest in Open for Business.
Opo, we can still do that because the passion is there. I mean, wag pong mawawala ang passion, wag pong mawawala ang honesty, at wag magdadamot. Kailangan talaga andun lang na laging nasa diwa mo na sharing is really scary, because you may never know, tomorrow might not be here. You have to leave this legacy, and people and the next generation will follow. Yun pang mahalaga.
Love it. Okay, before you mention where can they find Skeen, let's do a quick introduction of these products. What are these, Doctora?
Yes. These are some of your favorites. I know. Ito po ay my own, what you call this, it's my own concoction. I made the position and not just the ingredients of this. So this is actually collagen that is meant for a total anti-aging, kasi this will support for anti-arthritis and so forth. Then meron siyang stem cells, may Japanese extract, meron siyang glutathione, moringa, and so forth. It's a 19-in-1 formula. Now, I made it in a way that Gen Z will also love it. It's a milky smoothie of melon from Japan. So it's just for the aging individual. Kasi marami rin tayong mga kabataan na may mga skin asthma, and I'm also doing a lot of skin asthma, seborrheic dermatitis. So these are also for my dermatitis patients. So pampakinis, pampalakas, pampaglow, and radiance. Also for brain work. So this one is a sachet, this milky smoothie that you can use as a juice on a daily basis. Also as a food, some of my patients would eat this as a food supplement. Now,
And they can buy it from your clinic?
Yeah, from the clinic,
Okay.
and they can also find it in social media platforms.
Perfect.
Now, I also have this particular soap that I have been there for quite a long time, for 15 years that I have already formulated it as just like the Celebrity Collagen, because I have so many patients for acne. So I have an antiviral, anti-acne, and
yan yung mga pang
antibacterial,
teenagers.
combination skin type, and so forth. This one is this is actually not just for acne. So I've been using this organically. These are all organic in production. So I've been using this for 15 years para po hindi nakadry. So deep dive in science. And of course, for my patients with dermatitis, so may calming and balancing healing. And for those with dry skin, aging skin, and of course, hindi pwedeng mawala. Gusto nila illuminating, radiance, beautifying. Kaya hindi po mawawala ang ating brightening soap. So all of these are organic, and we are one of in the industry practicing oncology aesthetics. Kaya napaka-safe rin po ito for people living with cancer. And lahat po na may mga pathology. So please, whatever product you've been using, always ask your doctor what is the right for you, because not everything that you read in the internet are true. Di po ba kailangan po talaga may deep dive in science. At maraming salamat po for listening.
And where can they find Skeen Clinic, Doctor?
So Skeen Clinic is actually located in Alabang Town Center. We are at the second floor there in Alabang Town Center. And of course, we're also the Skin, Face, and Body Anti-Aging Center in Wilson Street, Green Hills. So meron din po tayo dyan. And of course, they can see us in all our social media platform at skin.clinic.com, and also we have in FB, Reels, TikTok, find us there also, and in Instagram. So SKEN Skin, we're very keen on skin, at maraming salamat, Sir. I really appreciate the invite, and I had fun. I also learned a lot from you.
Thank you, Dr. Giselle. Dr. Rich, thank you. And Jason, of course. That's Dr. Gisela Trajano-Sarmiento, the President and CEO, Founder, Medical Director, and Dermatologic Surgeon of Skeen, in unlocking the business potential of ageless beauty. Open for business. We'll be back. Stay with us. And our buzzword of the week is thread lift. A thread lift is a non-surgical cosmetic procedure that lifts and tightens your skin for a younger look. The ever-evolving anti-aging industry is a field that blends science, wellness, and innovation. As people seek ways to maintain their health and vitality, the industry continues to grow, offering a range of treatments aimed at enhancing quality of life. It's an exciting space that speaks to our desire to age gracefully and stay active. We also hope that this industry will help push our country as top of mind when it comes to medical tourism, much like our Asian neighbors. And with that, our quote of the week is from Franz Kafka. He said, "Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old." Thank you, Dr. Gisela. Maraming salamat, Dr. Rich and Jason, for coming over. Maraming salamat sa isang oras na pagsama sa amin upang tunghayan ang isang makabuluhang usapan ukol sa negosyo dito lang sa Open for Business. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan nyo kaming muli dito sa Open for Business. Catch us too on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe on our social media page at Net25 TV. We will bring you more insights from industry experts, thought leaders, CEOs, and featured SMEs. Together, let us help encourage business development in the Philippines. Sharpen your business acumen, feel the pulse, and set the trend for as long as you're informed and open for Business. Ito po si Cesar Vallejos. Marami pong salamat. Mga Kanet 25, this is Cesar Vallejos of Open for Business. For more updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook pages.